Hey there, how there, ho there, Chef Cutter Diamond welcoming you to yet another OOTP Legends League playoff video. And today is October 17th because yesterday we had no games because the NLDS, following the Dodgers and the Phillies, had, well, the NLDS is with the Dodgers, Marlins, and the um, Rockies and the Phillies all ended. Philly sweeps the Rockies. The Marlins won game one in 10 innings but lost the next four. So that means that there were no games. Like game six of the NLDS was supposed to be yesterday and game seven of today, but because both series ended in five or fewer, we didn't do any NL games. So now we have two AL series that could end today. Oakland and Cleveland both can win their series and face each other. So if that happens, Oakland would get home field for the ALCS. And we would have all four teams be the old timey teams and all that. We are going to be doing Houston versus Oakland because we did Cleveland Detroit game 5. We got to go do Houston Oakland game 6. Now, if the Astros win, their game 7 will be held. They are going to. It will also depend on Cleveland Detroit because if the Tigers Indians don't go to game 7, they are going to move the A's game to their seasonal spiritual home. That's Shibe Park for the Philadelphia A's, but they'll just make it a Saturday night game. If the Tribe and Tigers do go to Game 7 at Tiger Stadium, then they'll have to find a time, but they'll have to play in California. Anyway, so we got the game Houston versus Oakland. Houston's trying to force a Game 7. The wind is blowing from center field. Brad Usmus is not coming in. It will be Joe Ferguson who will catch. Everyone else has played the same amount of games. Oakland, Mark McGwire has been struggling, and they are going to take him out. Yep, they're going to take him out of the game. They're going to take him out. He's batting 105. That's pathetic for the home runs and RBIs leader. Bert Campaneris is also going to be taken out. So Mark Ellis will play shortstop. And it will be. They are saying it will be Eric Chavez who will play DH. But they're going to move him to the number 7 slot. So Chavez will play DH because he is hot. It was either him or Homer and Baker, but because of his hotness, probably they could have went with Sable, but Eric Chavez will DH and all that. So the lineup: Astros, Cesarino playing right, Biggio in second, Berkman playing left, Bagwell playing first, Mr. Astro, I guess, Caminiti playing third, Big Baby Davis DHing, Hidalgo playing center, Reynolds shortstop, and Joey Ferguson will catch, baby. The A's, Ricky playing left, LaJoie playing second, Double X playing third, Reggie playing right, Giambi playing first, Simmons playing center, Chavez will DH, Steinbach will catch, and Mark Ellis will play short.
Strike three. Strike three.
There you go. Series. Houston forces a game 7, 8-7. It was a close one. Very close. So now they got a game 7. Reggie's fourth. Davis is third. Hidalgo's second. Cesar's got 3 stolen bases for 6. So Eddie Plank went 5 innings. Blue Moon was the victim. Catfish 2 thirds. Scott, Anderson, Necro, DePino, Wagner. Anderson with the win. Necro and DePino with holds. Wagner starts 6th. And Hidalgo was named player of the game. So Richard Hidalgo does that job. So it's 8-7. Hidalgo, Davis, Ellis are your 3 stars. Man, Ellis with 3 RBIs coming off the bench. He should be playing more. He shouldn't. He shouldn't. It shouldn't be Campy. It should be Ellis, Hidalgo, and Glenn Davis. So yeah, Houston wins 8-7. Anderson beats Oda Wagner the same. Now the question on everyone's lips will be: will there be a game 7 between Cleveland and Detroit? If Cleveland does win, then Houston Oakland will play tomorrow night, and it will be a tomorrow night game at Shy Park. If if Detroit wins, that's a game 7. We will probably be Oakland will probably be Oakland will hang back and play at Anaheim Stadium and all that. So here we go. Is it over? The answer is it is not over. The Tigers went 9-1. Fernlander goes. He's now 4-0. Fernlander's been the rock, and we got ourselves a pair of game 7s. Colafito, the only run in the 9th. Freehand went deep. Gaylor Perry just couldn't do it. So we got ourselves, thanks to Fernlander, we got ourselves a pair of game 7s for Saturday. Houston and Oakland will play at 4 o'clock. Cleveland, Detroit at 8. So yes, we will have both game 7s. I wonder if we can. League schedule here. Go to today. Oh, you can't. Oh, you can't. Like, okay, can't do it right off the bat. So yeah, Houston will play Oakland, but they will have to play in Anaheim at Anaheim Stadium. It is Oswald versus Brew Bodell. Indians Tigers at Tiger Stadium. Home of the 84 Tigers. Feller versus Scherzer. So they'll have to play at Tiger Stadium. So that's the double dip. And then that means that the NLCS will start on Sunday because why wouldn't they? Yeah, they'll have to put the NLCS to start Sunday because Dodgers Phillies will be resting themselves. So yeah, the Astros, well, with the trends, Houston doing well on the road and Detroit doing it at home, we might see a Houston Detroit final. See if Houston can pull it off, and then maybe Detroit might pull something out of that. Oakland trying to go back to their second to the championship, their second in 3 years. The Phillies are trying to go back to back with the NL. I don't know how they'll do against the Dodgers. Yeah, they still haven't done anything. Huh. Yeah, it's like the Dodgers are and the Phillies are headed, but what's wrong? But lots of things. Yeah, so no news is good news, I guess. So we'll see what ends up happening. And of course, game 7 will be the Cutter game 7 rules means that both pitchers will start. If you give up a run, you are automatically going to be yanked for another pitcher. However, if you do give up a run but you're in the lead, it'll be discretion if you want to continue on. So yeah, so game 7 will be at Anaheim Stadium for Houston versus Oakland, and at Tiger Stadium between Cleveland and Detroit. So things will be spacious. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.